Hi, Kathy. Thank you for
Okay.
coming today. Oh, thank you for coming today to
Yeah.
website testing of usability. Today, I'll be getting you to look at 3 websites to see how they test against usability. The session should take about half an hour and will be recorded. Please remember that I'm testing the site and not you, so you can't do anything wrong, so don't worry about making mistakes. Keep in mind that I haven't designed any of these sites, so don't worry about upsetting me with your responses. As you use the site, I'm going to ask you to try and speak out loud to say what you're looking at, what you're trying to do, and what you're thinking. This will be able to help me when I'm summarizing the final results. If you have any questions, just ask them. I may not be able to answer them right away since I'm interested in how people do when there's no one sitting next to them. But if you still have questions at the end, I'll answer them then. If you need to take a break at any point, just let me know. With your permission, we're going to record what happened on the screen and our conversation. The recording will only be used to help me figure out how to improve the site, and it won't be seen by anyone except my university tutor. If you're happy to start,
Sounds good to me.
great. I'll get you to sign that slip, giving me permission to record you.
Yep.
Do you have any questions so
Yep.
far?
That's fine.
Great. Okay,
No.
before we start, I'd just like to ask you a few quick questions. First, what's your
Yep.
occupation? What do you do all day?
Part-time student, part-time cleaner.
And roughly how many hours a week altogether would you say you spend using the internet, including web browsing and email?
If I'm not at my job and therefore I'm at home, if I'm not asleep, I'm on the computer, and that involves internet, email, browsing, you name it.
Yep. Roughly how many
So
hours a week do you reckon?
anywhere from 8 hours a day to 12 to 15 hours a day.
Okay, great. And what's the split between the email
In
and
other
web
words, lots
browsing?
of time.
Yeah. And what's the percentage between email and web browsing?
Probably about 50-50. Web browsing would have study-related stuff and just general web browsing. Email would be volunteer-related or personal or study, but probably about 50-50, but it's hard to tell because it varies greatly.
And what kind of sites do you look at when you browse the web?
Depends what I'm browsing for. Facebook, YouTube occasionally, a lot of university-related, study-related sites. So at the moment there's a lot of Flash animation, Photoshop type sites. However, there's also art-related sites, digital scrapbooking sites, religious sites relating to news feeds of what they're putting out in their news, all sorts, cartoons, comics,
And
all sorts of things.
do you have any favorite websites?
The two sites that I spend my most time on will be Facebook and Digital Scrapbook Place.
Yep. Okay, great. Okay, we're done with the questions, so we're going to start looking at things. First, I'm going to have you look at the
Okay.
page that's on the screen and tell me what you make of it. If there's anything that strikes you
Okay.
about it that jumps out at you.
Okay. Okay. What do I notice about this site immediately? Lots of pictures. The pictures, some of them move and change in their content. The EventFinder bit up the top, which I'm hoping it will be pointing at in a second
Yep.
or two. I like the brackets around the edges of it.
So whose site do you think it's
There's
for?
a lot. Oh, it looks like it's exactly what it is. It's an event finder, sort of find your events, find concerts, and it seems to be a New South Wales-based site. Um, so therefore, it tells me it's Australian.
Yep.
Um,
Does it look easy to use?
so yeah. So far, yes, it looks like it should be pretty simple to know where to go if I want to look for something.
Yep.
But that's been proven difficult in the past.
Yep. So you're scrolling
I'll
down.
scroll down,
Yep. Yep.
hopefully.
Yep.
Oh, good.
Yep.
Well, I think maybe my view is lagged and delayed from what I'm actually doing,
Yep.
which is fine. I'll get used to that.
Okay, great.
Um,
And so how do you feel about being able to log in with your Facebook account? Gives you the option at the top there how to log in for your Facebook. How do you feel about that?
yeah, that doesn't bother me too much. I do that with other things.
Yeah.
Um, I can now see down the bottom that there are popular events and buy tickets, so that's good. I like that, and I can see that there's aspects of how they seem to be categorizing them. So there's sporting and outdoors and festival and lifestyle. So I like that aspect of things.
Yeah.
So it looks good and looks like events and looks easy to navigate, and it looks like most of the most popular ones are on the front page anyway.
Yep.
So yeah.
Okay, so I'm going to try and get you to try and find an event that's happening in your suburb.
I'm actually in Brisbane, so there wouldn't be an event happening in my suburb. So let's pick a suburb for me.
Let's just say, we'll just go where I am. Let's just go the
Knowing that I'm not familiar with Sydney.
Let's just go with Northern Beaches.
Northern Beaches, okay. Given that I don't know where the Northern Beaches are, but it's beach and it's north, I'd either be looking at either North Shore or Eastern Suburbs. Whether either of those are correct, I don't know. For the sake of this, because I don't know Sydney, I'm going to go for North Shore and hope like I'm right, but if I'm not, too bad.
We'll just pick somewhere in the North Shore that you like then. You live there, wherever it shows you.
That sounds good.
Yeah.
That sounds good. So I have actually clicked on that, and I can see that it's loading. So I do hope the tutors have a sense of humour and a sense of,
I know.
yes, okay, I can see what's happening here.
Okay, so you go there and it says Australia, New South Wales. Do you think if you go to Australia that Brisbane might come up? It's got Sydney.
I don't know. I don't know. I didn't actually. I didn't see that, and so
yeah.
I can now see that we've got that. It's entirely possible that it would come up. Yes.
Yeah.
But for the sake of it, I've always wanted to go to Kirribilli, so okay, I can see that Kirribilli only has the one. So we'll go there, which makes it nice and easy. Not that I would have known that Kirribilli was on the North Shore.
No.
But I can see from that simple, quick navigation that, yes, finding a suburb is going to be easy because, okay, if I know what area I live in, for example, I would probably be classed as central Brisbane.
Yeah.
And so therefore I would then be able to see that, yep, okay, Kangaroo Point, East Brisbane, New Farm, etc.
Yeah.
And so, yeah, that would be nice and easy. Okay, this Kirribilli's obviously only got a sports and outdoor. Maybe not, but hey, it's walking, it's outdoors, so let's have a look at that sort of thing.
Yeah.
So that navigates quite nicely to me. There we go. Sims Harbour Hike. It already gives me the place and the date, so that's good. And I can see quite easily that there's pick a date and daytime, evening, any price. That's really great search narrowing down there, because if I'd picked somewhere that had 20 different things, well, I don't want to see something that's 3 months away. Ticket information, that looks good. I can see that. All ages, various bits, looks good. And this I'm going bit here that I can see looks like it's possibly very much linked to Facebook because of the Facebook login that's there. And so therefore it looks like it's going to link in with Facebook so that you'll remind you later, but also you can let your friends know that you're going, which is a good thing and a bad thing, but then I'm not fussed on events on Facebook anyway, so if I'm going to go to something and I want to be able to make the last minute decision that I'm not going without having my friends say, where were you? We were looking for you.
Yeah, exactly.
So that aspect of it, I'm not fussed with it linking with Facebook, but apart from that, I really don't mind.
Yeah.
So you'll find a good lot of information about.
Online?
It certainly does look good, yes.
Yeah.
It certainly does look good. And if I go back to find events, hopefully that's going back there for me now. I'm given that we now know that it has Australia and therefore probably Queensland, I'm going to see if it's got something there that I can do things with, but we'll see. Now let's have a look. Australia. I've no. There we go. Loading. It's almost like being on dial-up doing it this way. It really is. It is just so slow. Queensland, 477, lovely. Yeah. I like the EOS 650D ad that I'm currently seeing.
Yep.
And how it's moving. Okay, yes, it's advertising, and it would be a spot that would have been sold to Canon, but that simple little animation bit that's there is quite good, I think.
Okay.
Brisbane. I like how it's separated Brisbane from Ipswich and Westmoreton. Ipswich people would be very happy with that. Ipswich is not Brisbane, thank you very much.
Okay.
You drive. You can drive from almost Noosa, Caloundra, Caboolture, Brisbane, Ipswich, and you don't know when you're passing from one to the other. And I'll go Brisbane Central.
Okay.
It's got a decent number there to pick from. But yes, this looks like it's a very good way of organising. It's well organised by the look of it. It's got a good. It's got the honest breakdown of suburbs as well, in the sense of the Brisbane Central, Brisbane North, etc. Some of those I wouldn't have called as being Brisbane Central. There is no way in heck that Castledown's Brisbane Central, but hey, you get that. New Farm's got 12, so we'll go for New Farm. It's just across the river from me anyway, so it's still local to me.
Okay.
I can see that from the all events there's going to be a range of events that are available. New Farm's unlikely to have sporting. This time though, I'll tell that I want to know only the free events.
Yep.
Rather than others. So
if I was to ask you to find specifically child-friendly or family-orientated events, do you think that's easier to find those events in particular?
Quite possibly, yes. I'd have to go back to an all events categorization to know what's there. Yeah, now where would I find that? Well, let's go back to Brisbane in general, widen our scope a bit for family friendly. I do also like how the dates has pick a date or today or tomorrow or this weekend, so therefore it very much knows what the current date is and therefore what the date of the event is, to know whether that date is going to be this weekend or something else. Family friendly, etc. Now, depends on what your class is family friendly. If you've got toddlers, a toddler family friendly event is going to be very different to a teenage family friendly event. So, yeah. I'm curious. Sorry?
I was just going to say, do you think they've got like an option here where you could be able to do that?
Well, I'm looking at the whole of Brisbane here at the moment, and I can't see a specific family-friendly thing there.
Exactly, yeah.
It would be appropriate to have.
Yeah.
But at the same time, like I said, family-friendly for one family is going to be very different to family-friendly for another.
Yeah.
But it's interesting to see what they've got there. I would guess maybe, I guess any event can be family friendly because, I mean, you can go to an event as a family and you're all adults and over legal age and or even ancient and elderly sort of thing. So
Yeah.
family friendly is far reaching things, and this is jumping around all over the place because I clicked again. Okay, where are we going next?
I just wanted to know, is there anything particular that you disliked about the site?
Um, Not dislike as such. I'm curious as to why some events have a small thumbnail, others have a large thumbnail.
Mm.
Now, does that mean that these have paid for extra space or not? I don't know. Um, Apart from that, no, I can't see anything at this point as to what I dislike about it. Um, I can see that recently viewed stuff is down the bottom here. I would actually like to see that and the most popular events close by. I'd actually like to see those a lot higher up that list,
Yeah.
bump some of that advertising further down.
Yeah.
Um, but apart from that, no, I can't see anything that I dislike about the site. No,
Okay.
it seems to be well organised and yeah, it looks good to me.
Great. Okay, well, I'm going to move on to the second site then.